Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Now we got our stuff going. So we're going to have to look elsewhere to find viable suspects.
Where though? I mean, who could have possibly have done it, man?
It was...
It's impossible to say right now. We don't have any solid leads. We know who the culprit wasn't, but how are we supposed to start narrowing down who it was?
The market itself seems unlikely to produce any further clues, so we should focus our attention elsewhere. Actually, there is one thing that's been bugging me. There's one group of people involved in this whole situation whose actions don't seem to make any sense. That goddamn wacky dinosaur
Yes.
that we fought earlier. Maybe if we can work out the reasoning behind their strange behavior, we can come one step closer to finding our culprit.
Whom do you mean?
I'm talking about... Oh, the market manager and his wife, the merchants in the market, or the Provincial Army. It's these motherfuckers, obviously. Provincial Army. They haven't done a thing to try and solve this crime, and despite it happening right under their noses. And that begs the question, why not? The market manager said they're refusing to fulfill their role due to the tax issue, which means the Provincial Army should refuse to intervene in quarrels within the market as well. If that's the case, then why did they come and intervene this morning?
Nothing mentioned that. Well, that really doesn't make sense. Their methods are atrocious. The fact is, they brought that dispute to an end almost instantly. They didn't get involved. Yeah, one minute they're refusing to do anything, then the next, they're taking a stand. It's definitely suspicious.
My point exactly. There's definitely something unnatural about the way they're conducting themselves. And since we have no other leads, what do you say we go to the Army's guardhouse and take a look around? We might be able to learn something from them that could aid us in our investigation. That may be worth an attempt.
The guardhouse isn't too far from here either. Let's head over there and see what we can find out.
Oh yeah. Oh, our AP increased by 1? That's what I'd like to see. Which way is the fucking guardhouse? That's out of town, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Right. Of course.
I got
Must
this!
be Laura. Not Laura. Fucking Alice or whatever your name is. Where? Wait. Oh. Alright. Alrighty then. Wait, is this it? Yes, this is it. I found it. Aren't you those students from that military academy, was it? What are you doing here? We're terribly sorry to trouble you, but we were hoping you might be able to help us with something. Could we ask you a few questions about the incident that occurred at the Grand Market this morning? What? What does that have to do with you? Say this important line.
Sorry, I was busy wiping my face with my hand.
We're visiting this town on a field study. As students of Thor's Academy, and we would very much appreciate the chance to see how experienced soldiers such as yourselves handle difficult everyday situations. This seems a perfect opportunity for an anecdotal?
Yes, anecdotal.
It's a dumb word. Case study. And could prove most invaluable to our education, if you'd permit it. Alright, stay here. I'll see what I can do. Matt, open your eyes.
Sorry, what?
What the hell are you...
The battery for controller 1 is low. Connect the controller.
It is connected.
It looks like we might be able to hear what they have to say for themselves after all. Nicely done, Laura.
In times
I'm
like
falling
these, we need to make good use of our positions. No one can fault a student for wanting to learn after all.
Speaking of positions, now comes the hard part. This makes me nervous. Like last night, with the ring.
Well,
Unknown.
let's just wait and see what we can get out of them. Remember, it's not always what they say that matters, but how they say it, and even more importantly, what they don't say.
Right.
I hope you appreciate us taking time out of our busy schedules for this. So what do you want? And make it quick. I'm a busy man, you know.
He's not even trying to keep appearances. Unbelievable.
I'll be brief then. We came to discuss the incident at the market this morning. Would we be correct in assuming that the Provincial Army will be conducting no further investigation? Is that all you came here to ask? Is that all? Should the armed forces charged with maintaining peace in this region not be taking this matter more seriously?
Laura, I'm not sure.
You've got a big mouth for someone your age. And it seems you have a lot to learn about how military units actually work.
What do you mean?
Let me ask you this. What should the #1 priority of the Provincial Army be in order to maintain the status quo? I'll tell you. Their #1 priority should be to enforce the will of their region's ruling lord, Duke Albarea. As members of the Provincial Army, the will of the nobility is absolute. We're just following our orders, protecting what we have a duty to protect. I assume you're referring to the local petition against the sales tax increase. So you're saying as long as the petition isn't withdrawn, the grand market isn't something you have a duty to protect. Interpret my words however you want. Interpret. We're soldiers, we follow our orders, that's how the military works. And we don't need some fresh military academy inductees telling us how to do our jobs.
This is nuts. Does he even have a tiny shred of shame?
I was hoping we'd be able to get something out of him, but it sure doesn't seem too likely anymore. So is that all? Whatever. I hope this has been enlightening. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a job to do.
I have a job to do too.
Oh yes.
Wait!
Elliot's got some shit to lay down on you. What you got?
Would you mind answering just one more question?
Shut up, controller. You're plugged in, Elliot. Fine, ask it.
Well, boxers or briefs? You know, the accessory merchant. All he had left was one sample.
What are you talking about? That merchant from the capital, Hines, was the one who was planning on selling accessories. What?
What did you just say?
What are you all looking at me like that for?
How do you know that? I was under the impression you hadn't investigated the matter at all.
How peculiar. We only discussed what each of the merchants was intending to sell a short while ago ourselves. Sir, we have our own ways of finding these things out. You do well not to underestimate us. Now, we've wasted enough time answering your questions. We're leaving. Alrighty then.
Do you think?
The fact that they know what each of the merchants was selling means they did investigate the matter after all. But the burglary happened last night, and it was only first discovered this morning. Realistically, I don't think there was any opportunity during that time for them to do any digging, not without running into us. Agreed. I suspect they know what each merchant was planning to sell well in advance of yesterday's incident. Though that would be easy information for them to learn, since Duke Alberea must have issued permits for both stalls.
That's true, and the army would have no trouble gaining access to transaction records for something like that.
Why would you bother, Matt?
What? I'm asleep.
You were staring at it this time, though. Matt's literally falling asleep every time I look over there. I keep looking over there just to make sure. Because at one point he did have his eyes closed.
Maybe they needed to know. So they could prepare.
Yes, exactly.
They'd be asleep.
Prepare for what?
I get the impression that the incident at the market has been carefully planned out for a while now. I don't think those two merchants being given permits for the same spot was a coincidence either. It was probably done to get them to start fighting so that they could get robbed while there was tension between them. You like what I'm doing there?
You're beating
Basically, to create a situation that could not be brought under control without the army's help.
So the two merchants were being used all along. That seems to fit perfectly with what happened this morning. Meanwhile, the provincial army has shown no interest in actively working toward a solution, unless the market manager chooses to withdraw his petition.
So then they waited for things to get out of hand, then showed up to force both parties into an uncomfortable truce. Eventually, the market would get worn down enough that they'd feel like they had no choice. This is turning out to be an even shadier situation than I thought.
Yeah, but thanks to Elliot, I do believe we've finally uncovered the truth of the matter. That was indeed some quick thinking you displayed, Elliot. You'd make a fine military strategist.
I just got lucky. That's so.
So what we know is the provincial army is somehow involved with the actual perpetrators of this crime. The only way to solve it once and for all, though, seems to be, well, to find them and catch them. But if this was carried out by members of the provincial army, that's not going to be an easy task. No, I don't think anyone from the army was directly involved. The soldiers here are far too proud to dirty their hands with such escapades.
I tend to agree. Really, whoever the culprits are, I doubt they're still here in Kel. There just aren't many valuable places to hide among such a huge volume of goods without them being found.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm glad you got that point.
Maybe they escaped by train. No, that can't be. Boarding a train with that much merchandise would raise suspicion for sure.
It's been less than a day since the burglary happened, so they can't have gotten far.
Maybe we should ask around on the main roads and see if anyone saw anything out of the ordinary. Someone suspicious may have been spotted leaving or even entering the town. That sounds like a wise course of action. Come, let's resume our search. We mustn't let this cowardly thief run free.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Alright, we can leave town. That's what I've been waiting for. My
Yes.
body is ready. Let's go fuck some monsters. The fucking is about to begin. Fuck!
Yeah.
What do you mean go back to ask around? That's what I'm... You just said I could search the streets.
You have to go back and
Some bullshit.
around. Look at them. Punch
Gotta
them in the
I
face.
gotta go fucking ask this bitch. Not the
It's the
cat.
cat.
I need to talk to the pussy. Yeah.
Hello well, I think we're using a voice there. Well, I think it's time to go. So I'll think of a new voice for this
Monstrosity.
miscreant.
This little bitch.
Yeah, I think of a voice for her. In the meantime,
That's
Thanks
getting
for
very
watching.
close.
Thank you so much for watching.